So the Mediterranean diet encourages plant-based foods, so basically fruits, vegetables. It encourages fish, less red meat, and dairy. It's not that restrictive. It's really broad in general what foods you should try to concentrate on. It encompasses lots of foods. It allows for alcohol, and who doesn't like wine? The Mediterranean diet is just a healthy diet overall. It will lower your risk of dying. You're less likely to have a heart attack, you're less likely to have a stroke, and you're less likely to have diabetes. I think everybody should research it.
You're gonna cook or deep fry, or I'll deep fry a lot, I guess, 10 separate times. If you want to look for your best choice, according to the Journal of Agriculture and Food Chemistry, olive oil, by far.
Many parts of the Western world have been slow to adopt the Mediterranean way for reasons from taste difference to availability. The Scandinavian path may prove to be a more viable option. There's nary a Swedish meatball to be found in the plan, but there are plenty of opportunities to enjoy fish and poultry. Whole grains make up about 25% of daily intake, and vegetable recommendations include beans, root veggies, and cabbage. Canola oil is recommended for cooking, and dairy should be of the low-fat variety. Sugary drinks are prohibited entirely. The fruits and berries common in Nordic foods are also considered regular stock throughout the U.S. Apples, pears, plums, and strawberries will do just fine.
The study took thousands of people at high risk for heart disease in Spain who were already eating a Mediterranean-ish diet, and randomized them into 3 groups for a couple years, one with added extra virgin olive oil, one with added nuts, and a third group that was told to cut down on fat, but they didn't, so basically ended up as a no dietary changes control group. What happened to the amount of plaque in their arteries over time? Whereas there was significant worsening of carotid artery thickening and plaque in the no dietary change control group, those in the added nuts group showed a significant reversal in thickening and an arrest. Previously, this group of Columbia University researchers reported that eating a Mediterranean-style diet was related to lower risk for Alzheimer's disease. But whether a Mediterranean diet, or any diet for that matter, is associated with subsequent course of the disease and outcomes had yet to be investigated until now. They found that adherence to the Mediterranean diet may affect not only risk for Alzheimer's disease, but also subsequent disease course. Higher adherence to the Mediterranean diet was associated with lower mortality, and the more they adhered to the healthier diet, the longer they lived. Within 5 years, only 20% of those with high adherence died, with twice as many deaths in the intermediate adherence group. In the low diet adherence group, within 5 years, more than half were dead.
And before the study started, they had the people fill out a questionnaire telling what they were eating and what their diet was, and we're actually going to have that on the web. And I tried it, and I said, oh, I have such a great diet. I was just where they were when the study started. I was at the same level. I wasn't eating a Mediterranean diet, although I have olive oil and fruits and vegetables. It wasn't enough. This diet is kind of unusual, and if you think you're eating a healthy diet, you probably are, but I bet you aren't doing what they say.
Well, you were telling me that I was amazed. You were saying, like eat all the almonds you want,
all
eat all the olive oil you want. And and I said to you, well, wait a minute, I'm going to packing on even more weight than I'm already packing on. But
they said all the nuts you want except at meals because it's so filling. And they said that they looked at studies and they didn't. And people who ate all the nuts they wanted and just poured on the olive oil, they didn't gain weight. And I think it's because these things are so filling. In fact, that's why they said don't have nuts at meals. Any other time, you can eat them all day. All the what they call black chocolate, which I think is dark chocolate.
Right, dark, really heavy, high in the cocoa or whatever.
At least 50% cocoa, all you want.
Wow.
All you want.